So we're back with a Fox Weather Alert. North Carolina bracing for the effects of Hurricane Erin as the monster storm whips up the water in the Atlantic.
And now we turn to Fox Weather's Mike Seidel. He is live in the Outer Banks. Mike.
Good morning, Ansley. Yes, this is a situation all over again here in Rodanthe. You've heard about the houses that have fallen in the ocean over the years from tropical weather and nor'easters. Well, look at these two. They've been abandoned for a while, and they're in the surf, and the tide is going out. They've lost about a dozen homes over the past 4 years, 6 alone in 2024. And it remains to be seen, but I wouldn't be surprised that these properties are gone by the end of the week. We're talking 15 to 20-foot waves coming in. Right now, the buoy off Hatteras is up to 11.8, and we still got until tomorrow and Thursday for those big waves to propagate in here as Erin goes by. Now, Erin has weakened somewhat, 110 miles an hour, and it's slowed down to about 7 miles an hour moving up this way. But we're still about 750 miles south-southeast of the hurricane. So we got the big waves, we've got tropical storm watches, we have a storm surge watch for the Outer Banks. We could get 2 to 4 feet of inundation above normally high ground. Highway 12 is going to be compromised. That's why there's a mandatory evacuation kicking in yesterday for tourists and residents on Hatteras Island. Nags Head, Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills, no evacuation, but again, I'm almost certain that that beach and many other beaches, some have already announced no swimming. You can't go in the water until this goes by late this week and this weekend. More houses looking down the beach. This one probably will make it, but boy, I bet they'll have water in the home there. This one looks like it's been lived in at least recently, but you see how precarious it is. High tide this morning went all the way up to the dune line, and we still have 2 more days, over 2 more days of very high tides and huge surf. Lawrence, Ansley, Charlie, back to you in the studio.
Wow.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, man.
Houses, like no dunes around them. It's so bizarre. All right, let's check in with our senior meteorologist.
Well, Hurricane Erin is swinging north after battering the Caribbean, and it's getting even bigger still. Huge waves and life-threatening rip currents expected up and down the East Coast this week. For more on that, we're going to send it out to Fox Weather's Mike Seidel. He's joining us live in Rodanthe, North Carolina. Hi, Mike.
Good morning, Bill from Rodanthe, and this is the story once again. They've lost about a dozen homes in 4 years, 6 last year from nor'easters, hurricanes, tropical storms. These homes have been abandoned for a while, and I would not be surprised if these collapse into the Atlantic by Friday. Not out of the question. They'd like to get them out of here before that happens, but that just not has been the case. The tide is going out right now, but this morning's high tide came all the way up to this home, up here to the dune line. So what we're looking at is successive high tides getting even higher. Here's the dune line back here, and meanwhile, what are we going to do for the next 2 days? We expect inundation. We've got a watch, a storm surge watch, and also a flood watch for the areas because of all the surf coming in to the beaches here in North Carolina. Right now, Erin is about 750 miles south-southeast of here in Rodanthe. It's moving northwest at 7. It's slowed down. The winds are 110 miles an hour, and that is a high-end Cat 2. It may go back up to a Cat 3, but that doesn't matter. It's going to grow in size. The wind field is going to expand, and here on the coast of North Carolina, we could see waves breaking 15 to 20 feet. These are big, destructive waves. So as the tides come in, they're going to take out these dune lines. These homes are in a precarious position as we go through the next couple of days. Already a mandatory evacuation here, Bill, and many beaches from Florida to Jersey and Long Island will be closed. Some have already closed for swimming for the foreseeable future because of those dangerous rip currents.
And good to see. It looks like that mandatory evac is being obeyed because it looks like you're the only guy on the beach right now. Good to see. Mike Seidel live in North Carolina.
Yep.
Mike, thanks.
Hurricane Erin is getting bigger and bigger as it moves north the East Coast. Well, it can expect huge waves, beach erosion, and dangerous rip currents just this week. Florida is feeling some impact today as well. Coastal communities in North Carolina, they're evacuating right now as the tropical storm force winds and heavy rain are starting to move in. And you can see there long lines of cars there in the Outer Banks. Mike Seidel of Fox Weather is in North Carolina for us. Hi, Mike. Looking pretty dry out there so far.
Well, it's dry. The issue is not going to be rainfall, Aisha. It's going to be this. Look at the surf. It's continuing to crank up. Off the coast, we have 12-footers already. We're forecasting wave heights here in the surf zone by tomorrow night and Thursday, 15 to 20 feet. And look at these homes. Now, Rodanthe has been known for losing homes to the Atlantic. They've lost about a dozen in the past 4 years, 6 last year alone, not only during hurricanes and tropical storms, but also during nor'easters. That will shut down Highway 12, and because of that, that mandatory evacuation kicked in this morning for residents. Yesterday, it was for the tourists. We can show you the cars and vans and trucks evacuating yesterday as I was coming in to shoot some video about 4 p.m. Look at all the traffic heading north out of these towns like Rodanthe and Buxton and areas like Frisco. All these communities in and on the Hatteras Island, a mandatory evacuation. By the way, as of 11 a.m., here's the latest on Erin. National Hurricane Center has upgraded the watch to a tropical storm warning on the Outer Banks down to Beaufort, North Carolina. Also now we've got a storm surge warning. We're expecting a storm surge above normally high ground of 2 to 4 feet with Erin as it moves now northwest at about 9 to 10 miles an hour. It's going to go by here sometime late Thursday and Friday. As it approaches, the wave heights will increase, as I mentioned. Heavy surf. Also, many beaches have already shut down swimming for till further notice because it's just too dangerous. High tide this morning, and again, we're a day and a half or so from the highest of the tides, already came up to these homes that will probably survive, albeit with some water damage, Aisha, but it's these homes here that have been abandoned and may crumble into the sea before this is all over with as we go into the weekend. Aisha?
Mike, sorry if you already mentioned this, but is that beach shut down?
No, not that we know of. First of all, it's not guarded, but the bottom line is do not go in the water at this point. Many beaches, Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, they've issued a statement telling people not to swim. I don't know if legally they can keep you out of the water. And I've talked to lifeguards and captains up and down the East Coast that I've met before with storms, and they're basically saying, stay out of the water. We don't want you in the water. Wrightsville Beach alone yesterday had 60 water rescues. So they're trying to keep their people safe and keep you safe, because when you have rip currents and 15-foot waves or higher here, and even up to the Jersey Shore, 10-footers, you're going to have issues, and it's a dangerous situation.
Yeah, summer's getting cut short early. Better safe to be sorry. Mike Seidel, thanks for being live out there for us. So the Trump